Turned away from other drilling companies who can't handle the hard rock drilling conditions in your area? Strickland Drilling is your solution. Serving Fresno, Tulare, Kings, and Madera counties. Call Strickland Drilling, 352-7228. Strickland Drilling is your trusted partner in the field with over 20 years of experience and the industry leaders in providing top-notch drilling solutions. Call Strickland Drilling, 352-7228. Or visit our website at stricklanddrilling.com.
The original KMJ, 580 AM, 1059 FM, Fresno, a Cumulus media station.
In the KMJ News Center, good afternoon, I'm Joe Miller. Fresno County Hospital is busting at the seams. Many have been over capacity for months now, up to 140%. That means emergency room wait times could top 10 hours during the holiday season. At Valley Children's Hospital, doctors think about 330 patients a day in the ER due to a rise in RSV and COVID cases. Health officials urging people with minor illnesses and injuries to visit urgent cares first. A Fresno City Council member is under investigation for traveling by a private plane by a company with Liz Bird reports.
A complaint was filed anonymously against Miguel Arias over a private flight he accepted from Mid-Valley Disposal, which does contract business with the city of Fresno. The complaint filed in October with the State Fair Political Practices Commission, which has opened an investigation. Arias allegedly accepted the flight from company president Joseph Kalpagoff and did not report the March flight to return from Las Vegas on financial disclosure forms. The trip allegedly taking place while the company and another had contract amendments coming before Fresno City Council, and that Arias did not excuse himself from the vote. Arias has provided records showing that he paid for a private flight. The Fair Political Practices Commission says it's not yet wrapped up its investigation. Liz Kern, KMJ News.
State's third largest school district making sure kids don't go hungry over winter break. Fresno United serving free meals to students from 11:15 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. 6 middle schools began yesterday, and today 8 high schools were included. Bullard, Duncan, and Hoover. Superintendent says lunch is an important source of nutrition, and they're pleased to continue providing those healthy meals. Senate negotiations on border security are continuing. Fox's Ryan Schmelz has an update from Capitol Hill. And now the forecast from ABC 30 meteorologist Cassandra Gutierrez.
Happy Tuesday, Central Valley. We've been seeing on and off scattered showers throughout the North Valley. Do expect the chances of rain picking up later this afternoon. Cloudy conditions with a 50% chance of precipitation into your Wednesday. Chances do stick around through your Thursday, eventually clearing up as we head into this holiday weekend. Mostly cloudy skies with temperatures dropping down into the 50s as you head into your Sunday and Monday. That is your Christmas. Happy early Christmas and happy holidays, everyone. For KMJ and ABC 30, I'm Cassandra Gutierrez.
I'm Joe Miller on KMJ at KMJNow.com or wherever you stream.
Thanks, Sheriff. Right now, as I tell you, 2nd Avenue, Fairfax, injury accident, vehicle on the roof. Emergency personnel on the scene there waiting for a tow truck right now. In Traver, northbound 99, diagonal 39 off-ramp. A hit-and-run, non-injury accident being reported. Next update is 317. I'm Greg Lane with KMJ Traffic.
KMJ's Afternoon Drive with Philip Teresi and E. Curtis Johnson.
Thank you, Mr. Voice Guy. Philip Teresi is on vacation. Curtis Johnson here. Terry Sladek. Welcome back, Terry. Glad you could come in the sandbox and play with us again.
It is so much fun. Thanks.
So I'm interested in your take here on this story that you brought to the table about a victory against diversity, equity, and inclusion in Wisconsin.
So I'm a big fan of Wisconsin, and I've been there a number of times and love the people, etc. So from one of my favorite news sources, National Review. So first, a little background. Most states are what's called tricameral, in that, as with California, we have an assembly, a senate, and then a chief executive, in this case, the governor. Well, they have the same thing, and the states may or may not call it a senate and assembly. They'll have different terms for it sometimes. But in Wisconsin, they have a tricameral thing, an assembly and a senate and a governor. In the case of Wisconsin, the assembly and the senate happen to be Republican. The governor, on the other hand, happens to be a Democrat, a liberal Democrat. So the speaker of the Wisconsin Assembly, and again, that would be like the speaker of our House, so technically really the most powerful person in the hierarchy. They control the purse. So So that would be a man named Robin Voss, rhymes with boss, has said that DEI, which in most places, including Fresno, stands for diversity, equity, and inclusion. Mr. Voss loves to point out that DEI really stands for division, exclusion, and indoctrination.
I like that. I've never heard that before.
I will be using that going forward. Thank you, Mr. Voss.
Wait a second. For a guy who's lost his hair and most of his memory.
Division, exclusion, and indoctrination.
Got it. I like it.
And looking at Fresno Unified School District, that is absolutely there, getting my slap in there. So during budget negotiations in May, he said that Assembly Republicans would cut funding for DEI programs at the University of Wisconsin system. Now, University of Wisconsin system is not just the biggie. It's very much like the UC system, the Cal State system, in that they have these branch colleges filtered down all across the state of Wisconsin. So this is quite a large number of colleges that he's referring to. So he is going to cut their funding specifically for DEI programs in their university system. Oh, what a world it would be if it was in California. So he threatens to veto the Democratic governor threatens to veto this entire budget over these cuts. Now, he ends up signing them, and through political maneuvering with the state constitution of Wisconsin, he was ultimately forced to approve all of these cuts because he could not subtract them from the overall budget. So that meant that it was up to the university to cut the DEI budget on its own. Once passed in the budget, the pay raises. So the budget included pay raises, your 7.5% for all the university employees. They still had to be approved by a committee in the legislature. The committee approved the pay raises for all other state employees, but Voss said it wouldn't approve the university system pay raises until the DEI cuts were made. This hardline stance was the starting point for negotiations within the university system, and by this month, this began last summer, incidentally, they had a deal. The legislature would approve the pay raises and release the funding for building projects, including for a new engineering building that Republicans had initially rejected in exchange for these reforms. Now, this is where it gets good. The University of Wisconsin system agreed to freeze all DEI hirings and reassign the current 43 officials in their DEI hierarchy to other roles. Diversity statements on student applications would now be prohibited. So we're moving away from this DEI as it pertains to getting admitted. That's prestigious. I think like Berkeley or UCLA University are on it. And affirmative action when domestic hiring would be abolished. Just take some lessons on how it can be. Tell me more. It was Wisconsin is doing that, getting rid of affirmative action when domestic hiring in university systems and getting rid of diversity statements on applications. That's my goal. So the University of Wisconsin-Madison, again, their flagship institution, would establish a new endowed chair for the study of conservative political thought. So we're getting a new faculty position to discuss and teach research in conservative political thought and what the cities have been a high bastion. So the idea that the Wisconsin legislator in charge of their state assembly takes national level force through all these things despite having a Democratic governor because they have the House and the Senate. This is just fantastic news for those of us that really understand, having been in the giant school district where I spent 4 years of my life, it's unified, that this DEI stuff is ridiculous. Now, I hope you point out that they were able to get rid of 43 current by getting them out of DEI. Folks, where's the Unified School District? In their DEI department in 43. They have people whose all their day is spent figuring out a way to promulgate diversity and Mr. Boston, division, exclusion, and indoctrination. Fresno Unified, with its 12,000 plus employees, has more than the 43 people that the University of Wisconsin University system had in its DEI network.
Holy cow. So Fresno Unified, a very large school district, what is it, 5th in the state or 3rd in the state? Third in the state. So Fresno Unified School District has more DEI officers than an entire U.S. educate me here, if you would, a little bit. So here's a couple things I will admit knowledge of, and then some ignorance, and you can help me understand. So diversity. Okay, I think I get the basic concept of diversity. Quite frankly, I don't know that I would want to belong to an organization that's all just white people, and I'm pretty white. In fact, I'm really Nordic. If you look at my bloodline, it's a pole. It's not a tree. It's a Nordic pole, what it really boils down to. So, diversity of thought, diversity of experience, diversity of background, I'm down with that. Okay, inclusion. Quite frankly, as a Christian, I understand the spiritual implication of inclusion. I understand that from a, love thy neighbor as thyself, not to preach a sermon here. So I got two of the three. I understand the need for diversity. I understand the need for inclusion. I think by and large, that doesn't need, those two things don't require a member of a Politburo to come down from on high to educate you. Equity. What is equity, DEI? Equity is equal outcome versus what we grew up with, understanding and loving the Constitution of the United States, equal opportunity, the ability to have, do whatever it is you want to do to get great and have whatever you want, Instead, equity means to these DEI wonks equal outcomes. So we need, which, based on the fact that everyone is not going to be an NFL superstar, an NBA superstar. Everyone is not going to be a general in the Marine Corps. It's just not going to happen. But this is geared to have everyone attain the same level of success, which is obviously impossible because everyone is different. And the only way that the equity crowd is able to achieve this is by dumbing it down. So if everybody's got to come up to get the same amount of progress in game, it's accomplished by simply dumbing it down, which Freshly Unified is cornered the market on, as I love to point out in their own data from September of 22, called iReady, showed that only 17% of their 70,000 kids read at grade level. So they've dumbed it down. Everyone is equal. They just can't read. But it's equally illiterate. Equally illiterate. And, I do want to jump back to the diversity thing. I agree with you on the concept of diversity, but if you're an educational institution like the University of Wisconsin system or, say, for instance, it's education that is the crux of our discussion, shouldn't the diversity be centered around diversity of thought? Well, if you're going to have diversity, technically you're going to have some diversity in all the various aspects of the operation, whatever it may be, whether it's a company or whether it's a school district, right? But the diversity in all of these DEI enclaves is simply taking skin color or handicaps or whatever it happens to be. That's the metric for diversity, and at no point is diversity of thought ever included. So that's how we get down there. Everybody read the same handbook, they believe the same things, and yes, they happen to be people of different skin color, but there is no assessment of diversity of thought. Just like you see, the 99% of every Ivy League faculty, 99% are registered Democrats. There is no diversity of thought. That's the way it's group think 101, 201, and 301. Okay, so I'll go back to my original question here. We're about ready to wrap this up. So equity, equal outcome. Yep. So even if it's bad. All right. So for example, I'm 6'2". The only sport I'm any good at is golf. I can play golf. I can jump. You get me on the net. I can keep the ball from coming over, and I can spike it back really good. So if I had DEI in my volleyball experience, again, I'm not trying to mock this. I'm just trying to make a simple comparison. So if I had DEI in my volleyball experience, it'd be me on one side and two other people on the other side who are probably shorter than I am to make it even. Yes. Is that a good example? It would be that, or they would get more time, or they would need less points to win the game, or what have you, because you are a tall guy. So you would have to be handicapped, because how dare you be taller than other people? Yeah, it's all my fault. It's all your fault. But that's,
First, the equity inclusion has destroyed education, certainly in this city.
Okay, so we're about ready to go to Greg Lane here for a traffic report, but let's wrap this up. Let's merge a couple of different topics here, and we'll go back to my volleyball experience. So I think this would be a good, and this would also punish me for my horrible conservative ways. Particularly, it would also punish me for my being an outright climate change denier. So in my volleyball experience, as a tall guy on the net, as a 6'2" guy with really long arms on the net, rather than having two people on the other side of me, I think I should be chained to an electric vehicle. That would cover it all. It would bring in DEI. It would punish me for my climate change denial, and it would help ensure an equal outcome of that game. What do you think of that?
I know you're saying this tongue-in-cheek to some extent, but you're actually hitting it right out of the park, my friend.
Yeah, some ultra-liberals out there go, oh my gosh, Eve has got a great idea there.
On the roadway in Yucca Valley right now, Avenue 460 at Sand Creek Road. Injury accident just occurring. Don't have a lot of details, but we'll try to get some more. In Visalia, 2nd Avenue and Fairfax Avenue, a minor injury accident, which is some good news considering the vehicle had flipped over. Next update is 3:33. I'm Greg Lane with KMJ Traffic.